Now to a CBS News exclusive about a top U.S. health official forced out of her job by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. She says she was caught up in the controversy over vaccine skepticism, and now she's talking to our Ed O'Keefe about how Kennedy's views have changed everything at the agency that pays for vaccine research.
Ultimately, we were disregarded. We became inconvenient.
Dr. Jeanne Marazzo was a top scientist at the National Institutes of Health until late March, when she was placed on administrative leave. She'd clashed in a meeting with newly appointed Trump administration officials over flu vaccines in a season when at least 279 children had died from the virus.
We pointed out that, in fact, 90% of the deaths at that time were occurring in kids who were unvaccinated.
But in a new whistleblower complaint filed to a federal watchdog, Marazzo says Dr. Matthew Memoli, then the acting director of NIH, said vaccines are unnecessary if populations are healthy. That mirrored something often said by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
It was a little bit like hearing the echo of what Secretary Kennedy had been promulgating in terms of healthy kids.
And you had never been in a meeting like that where the personal and political views of the HHS secretary permeated down into conversations about science?
Never.
Marazzo, a civil servant, succeeded Dr. Anthony Fauci as the nation's top infectious disease official.
So you think you're being held responsible for actions taken by your predecessor?
I think it's entirely possible.
She was told she'd be transferred to the agency handling Native American health services. She says it's retaliation.
They could not provide a study that said that it is effective for healthy kids.
Marazzo is speaking out as Kennedy faces new bipartisan criticism of his leadership.
Having someone inject such distrust of what I would say is rigorous evidence-based recommendations is incredibly harmful to our ability to get people what they need.
And if you're concerned by the public debate over vaccines and other medical issues, Marazzo says,
find a source that you trust, because the cacophony right now is so loud. If you trust your doctor, ask your doctor. If you trust your nurse practitioner, ask them.
You say find a source you can trust. What if that source is Secretary Kennedy?
I think the consensus is that he's not trustworthy.
As for Dr. Matthew Memoli, the official Marazzo claimed used talking points from Secretary Kennedy. He's now the number 2 at NIH. An HHS spokesman says Memoli, quote, remains fully aligned with this administration's vaccine priorities. As for Secretary Kennedy, later today, he and HHS are set to release what they call a new Make Our Children Healthy Again strategy. Nate?
Ed, thank you.